I've been saying all along that this show can't decide what it wants to be. Some days it's an intense drama, other days it's a raucous comedy, and today it's a spoof. Cannot get this thing nailed down, and with only 8 more episodes to go, it'll never happen. Let's take a look.
It all began last Friday in the Federal Building in Los Angeles. His name was Brick Tyler, a man of steel, literally.
Quarterback who can pick apart the secondary. You can go to the air any damn time you please, right, Brick?
He's also an old friend, sort of Billy's. They played football together in college. Brick was the star quarterback and Billy was the star receiver. And Brick had a real tendency to grab all the glory and ignore the team that made it possible, especially Billy. He's never given Billy proper credit for any of those catches. And now he's a secret agent for the government. I don't know about you, but I feel safer already.
Do you live here in LA?
Washington. I'm on my way to the airport now.
Maybe next time you're in town.
His job was secret agent, and he didn't know it, but the blonde had more than lipstick in her purse.
Most women do things like wallets, car keys, but not usually a little transmitter that sends the signal to some guys in the parking garage. As far as we know, she's the only one with one of those. When the narrator said Brick was literally a man of steel, this is what he meant. He has parts stolen from both the $6 million man and the bionic woman. And judging by the way he's freaking out, he didn't know that. Only one man can help him now, the genius behind all those spare parts, Dr. Billy Hayes.
Listen, let me explain a little something to you guys, okay? On the outside, Brick Tyler's Mr. Perfect with his GQ clothes, and his Pepsodent smile. Let me tell you, on the inside,
Billy.
On the inside, he's a big phony. Because other people do his dirty work for him.
Billy, please.
And then conveniently forgets about him while he takes all the credit.
You are correct. He's behind that screen, and Billy won't shut up long enough for them to tell him. Everybody does that joke, and sometimes it even works. This is not one of those times.
If Mr. Macho wants me to help him out this time, he's going to personally have to come down.
I'm sorry,
here.
Billy.
That voice could only belong to one human being.
Brick, I didn't mean for you to...
Everything you said is right.
Billy starts the usual, oh no, it wasn't that bad, I was just blowing smoke. Don't do that, folks. If you mean it, admit it, and try to talk it out. What Billy's doing helps nothing. Eventually, he will close his yap for a while and repair Brick's arm.
I fumbled on the one.
You fumbled. Big wrench.
Football, Hayes.
Football.
The football is a nickname for the portable communication center the president carries with him in the event of a nuclear war.
Hold on. The football is the case with the country's nuclear launch codes, and it is never to leave the president's side. So why is this guy running around LA with it while the president is presumably in Washington? We'll never find out. Never find out why he's bionic. It's more than a little frustrating. While the music plays bad renditions of the James Bond theme and then later the Mission Impossible theme, we're supposed to believe this would happen. I don't.
We believe that an international arms dealer has it now. He's going to sell it to a terrorist group tomorrow.
Better cancel your plans for the weekend, Billy. Uncle Sam's calling.
Uncle Sam, well, where are we going?
As usual, Billy is the last one to catch on to things. They're headed for the French Riviera. Tough assignment. In preparation, Glo is trying to learn French.
Nous y voilà. Quelle ville magnifique.
C'est bon. C'est vrai. That's good.
Have a good teacher.
The arms dealer hangs out at an exclusive gambling club in a basement that's only accessible if you have a pass or at least $200,000 in cash. The guys who stole the football just arrived.
Chainsaw and his buddy weren't there to gamble, but they certainly got more than they bargained for.
I've never understood the level of trust it requires among thieves to walk into something like that and expect to walk out.
Yeah, what am I beginning to understand? This is a job for a government agent.
He is a government agent.
Wait, excuse me, B-man. but Brick happens to be a mentally unstable egomaniac with bionic limbs.
That he's too freak to use.
I think Johnny's had enough of Billy's whining.
Look, Hayes, you don't even know what it's like, okay? I hung out in the desert for 3 years because I couldn't deal with my weirdness. It's not an easy thing to beat. If he needs our help, I'm gonna give it to him.
We're gonna give it to him.
In fact, everybody has, me included.
We're going to help him behind his back without him even knowing it, right? Well, I just hope you guys know what this is doing to him, because we're talking the ego the size of Godzilla.
Oh, right. So that's it, isn't it, pal? Because that passing thing in college, you don't want to help?
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to.
The first time I watched this, I said that with Johnny. As I've said before, Billy is not a likable character. He's egotistical, dismissive, and talks too much. He's so insecure he constantly has to get himself into trouble to prove he can do blah-de-blah just as good as so-and-so, and it's neither funny nor adorable. If this were 1985 and I were looking for something to watch, I would have given up on this several episodes ago just because of him.
Hey, what we got here? Let's see, one red-hot Ferrari and a silver Volkswagen. I'll tell you what, gang, why don't I look for the red-hot Ferrari?
Brick. Ferrari's yours. I think that's it down there.
Oh, I don't know. I'd feel better if...
Riding in the VW, I know, that's what I meant. See, the Bricker's feeling a little unsure of himself right now, and maybe he'd feel better riding with...
The Ferrari is Brick's, Billy.
It's about time Elle took over and put Billy in his place. He complains about Brick's ego, but he always wants top billing, the best car, the best room. He's a selfish jerk. I fail to see how that's different from what he says about Brick. By the way, I assume this is supposed to be funny. Emphasis on supposed to be.
Glow, look, why don't you ride with Brick and you can practice your French and we'll follow you to the hotel.
Le chuson de verre. N'est-ce pas, Billy?
Van's over here.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, Glow, I know what that meant, you know.
In a previous episode, he was talking with Glow about maturity. He displays all the maturity of an 8-year-old. And no, he doesn't know what that meant, and neither do I. But I'll bet somebody out there does and would be willing to tell me.
Isn't that the Betty from the plane?
Oh, yeah, she was kind of giving me the eye. Maybe I'll just kind of go over it.
Newsflash, mister, that guy's got a big ego. She'll head for the one she was really checking out.
Oh, yeah!
Close call with a dangerous blonde.
Since the goal is to restore Brick's confidence in himself, they'll convince him that he saved Gloria rather than the other way around. He's just dim-witted enough that he believes them.
Yeah, I guess maybe I did do okay. Yeah!
Billy said he looked like Joe Montana in The Pocket. To me, he looked more like the old Statue of Liberty play where the quarterback freezes. But I never played football in school, so maybe there's something I don't know. At the hotel the agency got for Brick, there's a tiny videotape waiting for him. It'll tell them everything they need to know.
That's the way Oscar usually sends his instructions.
Yes, we've even stolen Oscar from the other bionic guys. What's on the tape?
Okay, well, I guess that about covers it.
No. I know there's something on it. I put the tape in backwards.
There's a problem with that.
That's okay. These things go both ways.
I don't think these do.
Do you see the problem? It was playing on the wrong side, and Elle had to rewind it to play it on the right side. That means somebody already watched it. Unless it was Oscar, that is not a good thing. And it'll never come up.
Welcome to the French Riviera.
See? No problem.
Chateau Lachine. An exclusive gambling establishment.
No, look.
In the
Just
country.
listen. Okay, that's the arms dealer.
It continues like that with random words like kill and to death, as well as a picture of the blonde and the words very dangerous. It looks to me like whoever watched the tape before they did tried to erase it, but they'll say Brick did it by putting it in backwards and destroying it. Unless the machine ate the tape, that's not a thing, by the way. And Johnny will take the rap and blame his electricity so Brick's poor little ego doesn't get damaged again.
Knowing now what we know now, I would have called you back. I really would. Only you probably wouldn't want to come back, so I think this is probably all for the best. I just be careful, Hayes. This is very, very dangerous now. And just don't do anything stupid.
It did clear up long enough for Dick to say something meaningless and give us probably the only good joke in the episode.
Don't do anything stupid. Well, that left them all pretty depressed.
Billy tries to call Dick at the lab, but it's 6 a.m. in Los Angeles. I wonder where he thinks Dick is going to be. And Dick may be a bit of a marshmallow, but at least he was smart enough not to give Billy his home number.
But you know, I think we ought to be optimistic about this. I mean, how much information do we really need, huh? We know who the bad guy is, we know about the yellow turban, and we know there are 2 dead guys in this closet.
Now everybody's spooked, and Billy's constant babble isn't changing their minds.
Isn't that the guy from the tape?
It was the guy from the tape, and it looked like it was up to Hayes to confront him.
Yes.
Lovely day for baccarat.
Right.
The opening salvos had been fired. You could have cut the tension with a knife.
It's a code phrase, you dork. He's expecting a certain response and he's not getting it. What you're supposed to answer was probably on the tape. They get enough to learn that a deal is going down at that chateau at 4 and it involves somebody with a yellow turban. Well, that narrows it down. They spot the guy from the hall. Billy says, I'll go engage him.
Bill! Maybe I'd better take it. I mean, after what's been happening, I think we need someone a little more experienced. At the point.
It was a terrible idea.
Brick, you know...
Billy!
Right, good idea, Brick.
I do wonder what he intends to do.
Why don't you and Glow check out Mr. Mustache at the roulette table, and we'll just stay here and play it safe.
Hello, Gloria. Tu viens?
Mais oui.
Maybe, that's good.
At least she'll be there to protect him, whatever he does.
Whoa, B-Man, are you okay?
I'm picking up a lot of juice in here. Maybe I should find a place to unload a few amps.
Yeah, well, just make sure you do it outside, okay?
Look, we're gonna cruise around and look for a little yellow turban action. What are you gonna do?
There was no doubt in Hayes' mind.
I'm gonna play it safe with a dangerous blonde.
She's playing Baccarat, probably the highest stakes card game ever. It's not complicated, but playing it is absurdly complex. Naturally, Billy has no idea how to play it, and the minimum banco is $500. Our subplot involves Elle and Billy's rent. It's due in 3 days. Elle has his half ready, and Billy supposedly has his. He's keeping it in a separate pocket, and it's untouchable.
It's like Mr. Mustache is conducting a little business, one of those yellow towel heads.
Right, let's check it out.
Maybe after I unload a few amps.
No time now, you should have gone before.
Try to hold it.
Yes, he's going to keep acting like he has to pee. It's another running gag. Rather than come up with a plot-related reason why he's picking up so much juice here, we'll turn him into the little kid on a long trip who can't hold it any longer. More wasted potential. Mustache Man tries another code phrase with Brick and Glow without success. He suddenly gets up and leaves. Now the whole gang is following him and Yellow Turban Guy. Except Billy, which is probably a good thing.
Monsieur, would you like to play at another table?
No! No, I've got plenty in the other pocket.
You knew he was going to do that. Let's see how he plays Baccarat.
Carte, s'il vous plaît, monsieur. 2 pour le joueur, 2 pour la banque. Merci, monsieur. Pour le joueur, 2, 3, 5 pour le joueur. Banque, 3, 6, 3, 9, naturel.
As you would suspect, he has no idea what's going on. I can see that he has 5 and the bank has 9, which means he loses.
Pour la banque remporte la mise.
It was a game of easy come and easy go.
Excuse me. Is that it?
If you have to ask, you do not belong in this game. As the narrator said, Baccarat is an easy come, easy go game. You just saw the easy go part. Specifically, you just easy saw your rent easy go. Mustache guy shows a pass and goes to the cellar. To follow him, somebody needs 200 grand. Billy has an idea. You can probably guess what it is.
No, I'm not going to do it. It's cheating. It's not cheating. It's manipulating for your country. And since when is manipulating for the country cheating?
I'm reading about Watergate in school, Billy.
It's a cheap shot, Chloe. Look, I'll give all the money back. No one takes home a thing. Okay, and besides, think of it as like a confidence builder for Brick. I mean, he doesn't have to know how he's winning.
She says, okay, but we give all the money back. Nobody keeps anything, right? Billy says, I promise.
Some promises are meant to be kept. Others?
As I said, the maturity of an 8-year-old. This stuff isn't funny. Next thing we know, Brick is on a winning streak at the roulette table like nobody's ever seen before. Soon enough, he has the needed amount to head down to the cellar.
Billy needed his rent, okay? What Gloria didn't know wasn't going to hurt her.
And you knew he was going to do that, too. Billy has all the integrity of your average politician. I repeat, I do not like him.
Sorry, monsieur, we can allow the lady, but no more.
I don't think you understand.
Oh, I think we can handle it. Bill Boy, you enjoy yourself while you're waiting.
Bill Boy. He doesn't like being called that either. To me, it sounds too much like Bellboy, and tossing him a tip kind of reinforced that idea. Gloria is looking at Billy as if to say, what kind of monster have we created here?
Don't you think you're being a little hard on Billy?
Oh, he can take. He always has.
Even assuming that's true, it doesn't mean he has to, and it doesn't mean you have to dish it out. I think Gloria's opinion of Brick is starting to shift a bit. But right now, her job is to protect him from his own bungling.
This time, Hayes could recognize a follow me signal with the best of them.
Johnny and Elle have been watching Yellow Turban Guy prepare a dinner cart with 2 meals. We saw the blonde use the not a lipstick in her purse to signal that guy. Now we're learning that Mustache and Turban are government agents. Mustache has been trying to make contact using the prearranged code words, which were on the tape that Johnny destroyed.
Brick and the girl, I tried again with Simmons at roulette wheel, but he never answers passwords anyway.
Wait a minute. You know Brick?
It's a bionic jerk. Yes, we back him up over here. He pretends not to know us, but he, digs himself in the jam, and we have to bail him out.
In other words, this is a lifelong habit with him. He spent his days writing other people's work to glory for himself.
Sorry so hard on you, Hayes.
And then it dawned on him.
Wait a minute. He's in the cellar right now with Gloria.
So you had better get your buns in there. The deal is about to go down, and the bozo is in charge.
You guys okay?
Yes, allez.
That meant go.
They have a pass for the cellar now, but it only allows 2 at a time. Fortunately, Billy has a solution to that.
Can you give me a break with the glasses?
Right. I don't want you to know I feel really ridiculous in this.
It's the only way we're all gonna get in there. Listen, if you feel ridiculous, just think how Elle feels.
Got enough fear in there, Stretch?
Just once, I would like for one of you to have this.
While Brick and Glow search the cellar, the deal is going down.
Does it meet with your approval?
It does.
And you have taken care of the government man?
They will not be giving us any problem.
A chance to blackmail the world with nuclear war. It was costing the terrorists plenty. Outside the back room.
That's a lot of engagement rings. Brick can hear it all with his bionic ear. Jamie Summers couldn't be reached for comment because it seems someone stole hers.
He did have good ears, but not much in between them. Sort of like a friend of his upstairs.
I don't think you want to do that.
Bonjour.
Hearing the shot, Johnny dashes downstairs. Brick and Glow are cornered and in trouble. How is Mr. Super Spy going to get them out of this one?
Brick, get the football.
Hayes gave him one last chance.
Brick! Get the football, man! Do it!
He isn't. He'll do what he's good for, following simple directions.
Where's Al? Has anybody seen him?
Hold it.
Found him. Time to go.
It was their college football team yell. Hayes knew they were in trouble.
Where does he think he's going?
For a bionic touchdown. Take it, come on, let's go. Excuse us.
I have a chopper waiting on the beach outside of town.
Where's Johnny B?
Oh, he'll catch up with his super speed. They're all in the minivan. Well, all except Brick. That idiot is running down the road by himself. Apparently, he plans to find a goalpost somewhere and run to it.
Brick! But Tyler wasn't listening. He thought there was no way they could catch him. He was wrong.
You may have noticed we stole the bionic sound as well. This show has no shame.
Hey, Slick, you were planning on leaving the team behind, were you? Touchdown.
Brick still doesn't get it.
Now what the hell are you doing? I had it aced.
What are we doing? Tu n'es qu'un imbécile.
What about me? Are you calling me an idiot?
Him.
I don't think Glow admires him as much as she did at the beginning.
Look, I was the one that saved you from the car, and I was the one that won the money, that got us into the vault, and I was the one that got the football. Now, am I an idiot?
It was the wrong thing to say to Johnny B.
No, you're a stupid idiot.
And I don't think Johnny ever bought his super spy shtick.
You didn't do any of that, jerk. We did.
You.
Flo moved the car with the telepathy. The same with the ball at the roulette wheel. And I took the rap for the tape you screwed up. And we all got the football out.
I'm still not convinced the tape was his fault because, as Elle said, putting a cassette in backwards shouldn't damage it. Now, if it was an 8-track and you tried to shove it in there backwards, that could be a problem.
Why didn't you tell me?
We were trying to build up your confidence, Brick. After you saw that bionics in your arm, you just freaked out.
Yes, I did.
I hope the Misfits have figured out that you don't restore someone's confidence by lying to them. You restore his confidence by giving him simple milquetoast assignments to achieve and build up his stats until he's at full strength for his class, whatever that may be. In his case, his bionics make him perfect for a career in picking up heavy packages. And the bionic ear means he can listen as he does and make sure the contents aren't shifting inside.
What's the matter with me?
I don't know, Brick. I'll tell you one thing's for sure. If you're ever going to change, you're going to have to learn to be a team player, bud.
Oh, look.
It was the chopper. Our only problem was how to get up to it.
All right, hang on.
What the hell? It was worth a try.
They have 3 problems, 2 Rolls Royces and a police car. And they're going to catch up before everybody can get to the helicopter.
Brick, I draw them, then I hit you in the corner.
It was their best play in college, but...
No, Brick, we can't trust you. Besides, we can't leave you.
The company can bail me out of jail.
Come on, Hayes, we gotta go.
Give me a chance to make the team, Billy.
With no other options, let's go for it.
Okay, it looks like Tyler's ready to take the snap. Hayes, meanwhile, setting up one.
He really has to do the quarterback taking the snap thing. Now the question is, what's he going to do?
And the rush is on. Here's Tyler breaking wide right now. But it looks like Tyler's going to run it along. This is terrible. He's heading wide to the sideline while Hayes is wide open.
So much for making the team, I guess. Glory Hog is at it again.
Now Tyler's coming back in. Yes. Now he's going to pass. Tyler goes back and lets fly a long pass. Looks like it's going to be tough, though. Hayes is clear of the secondary. Here it comes. Hayes diving. And it's a touchdown.
Or not. At the last moment, he seems to have gotten the message.
Nice pass, Ricker! Nice pass.
What a perfect scene. A thriller finish to a hard-fought game.
No, Billy, but it was one hell of a catch.
It was also incomplete. He trapped it on the ground. But the refs didn't see that, and they weren't using replay in 1985. So they got away with it.
Dr. Hayes, I called Las Vegas. They'll cash the chips.
Chips?
Yeah, the ones from the French Riviera. Do you have some too?
There's a saying we have in the spy business: loose lips sink ship.
As long as Miss Nance isn't on the ship, it's no skin off her nose.
You didn't win them at the roulette wheel, did you, Billy?
Hey, Glow, look, I got a little cleaned out when I was chasing the blonde, and the rent's due, and...
Tu es l'âme la plus idiot, la plus trompeuse, la plus menteur qui soit de ces morts.
Is she talking about me?
Je suis tellement fâché avec toi. Tout à l'heure.
Glow.
I am so ashamed of you.
Oh, no, L.
Really sorry stuff, Hayes.
Oh, see, B-Man.
Billy will never learn the consequences of lying to people. Another feature that makes him the least likable character on the show.
Bricker. You want to give me the real reason why you never gave me credit for helping you win the passing title?
Girls. It made perfect sense.
And what was his excuse after college when he did the same thing to those two agents who took bullets for him? This wasn't a successful spoof. Aside from giving us a guest star who's so addle-brained he needs Glow to comb his hair for him, the story wasn't believable from the get-go. There are actually two footballs, the vice president carries a backup, and neither ever gets out of its owner's sight. The notion that Brick was just carrying it around like that and the president is nowhere to be found is too much to swallow. Then there's the fact that we're not spoofing any one show, rather we're spoofing 2 or 3 of them and can't decide which one we want to be. The theme music is all over the place, though for much of the episode we're playing Mission Impossible. Thing is, we're playing that behind $6 Million Man scenery in action. None of it works. The whole thing is a jumble of bad spoofs, bad covers, and bad story. The only part I found believable was Brick's attitude about life, because I've known a few people like that. Unlike Brick, they don't usually do a turnaround. They end up CEO or some equivalent thereof. Which means if he gives up his selfish ways, poor Brick will never be director of the CIA. I think the country just dodged a big bullet. The Misfits should get a medal for that. The arms dealer hangs out. Okay. I would have given up on this several episodes. Good grief. Poor little ego isn't. It's not complicated, but playing it is not as you would expect.